The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, FedEx, UPS, the United States Postal Service, and of course, that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. And of course, we cover the toy news of the week, and we wrap it all up into a ball, and we call it weekly purchases. Of course, we start off weekly purchases each week with recapping what happened here on the channel. As usual, tons of videos on the channel. That's what we do here, apparently. Or, I don't know why I'm saying we. I should be saying that's what I do here, but that's exactly what I do here. So, we got a lot of videos this week. Hopefully you checked them out. If you missed them, we're going to recap the week as we always do. We had the top 5 Bam Bam Bigelow figures of all time, a sleeper and one of the all-time great big man. Hopefully a Hall of Fame due in the next couple of years. Hopefully we'll see what happens there, but check that one out. Dangerously close to the next subscriber milestone. Once we get there, it looks like we're going to be doing the Rey Mysterio top 10. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you subscribe. We also did Legends Series 2, the TNA sister line to the Classic Superstars. We did that Series 2 video where we kind of wrapped up what would have been in Series 2 and a lot of the exclusives and a little discussion as well. So we wrapped up the sisters lines of the Legends of the Ring. Now next week in our weekly Tuesday Jack spot, it's time to do some countdowns. It's time to see what superstars we're missing from the Classics line. What are my favorite single packs, 2 packs, 3 packs, exclusives? So we're going to have a few weeks of those before we get into some Classics unboxings down the line. So stay tuned for that one every single Tuesday on the channel, as you guys know. I also unboxed a little Fortnite stuff. Metal Mouth from Fortnite. You guys know I dabble in Fortnite. This one goes great with your G.I. Joe. So if you're into G.I. Joe figures, G.I. Joe Classified, check out that Fortnite Metal Mouth review. I think you might be interested in that one for your G.I. Joe lineup. We did 3 different Star Wars unboxings this week. Last year, we did a daily Star Wars video, but this year it's so hard to get Star Wars stuff circulating in the public. It just kind of comes when it comes, I guess, like the Postal Service. So we did 3 different Star Wars unboxings of this channel, so hopefully you Star Wars guys really enjoyed that one. Had my dad back on the channel for a second version of his Q&A with my dad. Hopefully you guys check that one out. He can tell you how to invest and how to get rich as well. He'll give you his secrets, his pro tips there in that video, I believe. But a Q&A with my dad there. Got a few other videos with my dad, I think on the Patreon still, that we have filmed like a month or 6 weeks ago or something. We'll get to them on traditional YouTube, but once again, a lot of early stuff on the Patreon. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. My wife joined us again, the final video in our Jack's Classic Superstar haul video, the 6th and final video, like I said. I've got to thank my wife, Angie, for joining up and going through all those figures with me. And I'm thinking we might do another video series together. A lot of people have requested, Kyle, could you do a tour of your t-shirt collection? So maybe my wife, she could help me with that. We could go through every single t-shirt I have. We can go one by one, go through them all. It might be 3 videos. We'll stick that up on Patreon as we always do. But maybe that's something to do maybe possibly this summer to get my wife back on the channel. Turtles, Batman, the final video. Once again, it's kind of a theme here. The final Turtle Batman video this week, Donatello and Batgirl from the Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. Next week, we're going to start unboxing some of the Playmate Ninja Turtles. Those are already up on Patreon. If you're a Patreon member, all 4 of those videos are up, but we'll start those on the channel next week. We also unboxed the Foco Warrior bobblehead, if you guys check that one out. I love a good bobblehead. Not really, but I love the Ultimate Warrior, and I'm all in buying Ultimate Warrior stuff, so we had that going on. Storm Collectible Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero. We unboxed that on the channel this week as well. But the big video, and probably the funnest video of the week, was the weekly toy hunt, probably the most popular video on the channel. We did the Kane County Toy Fair. David C. Anderson and I made the journey to St. Charles, Illinois. We hit up the Kane County Toy Show. I got a few things. We're going to talk about them here in weekly purchases. They're going to get their own segment. But it was quite the show. I'm debating going on, what is it, July 24th, I think? Well, that night of the 23rd, I got Anvil and White Wizard in town, so I kind of got to go to that show. But we'll see. I might make the journey over on Sunday. It sounds like there's an old outlaw that might want to come along with me, so we might end up doing that. We'll see what happens. We got some time between then and there, but the Kane County Toy Show was a lot of fun. For everybody I met out there and everybody that came over and said hi, it was really nice of you to say hi to me. I really appreciate it. So that was a lot of fun out there. My old stomping grounds. It's been a while since I've been to that area of Illinois. Pre-COVID, I was over there a lot for work. It's been a while for now, but King County, a lot of fun, of course. And speaking of Kane County, I am a man on a mission. I literally just got a plane from Dallas, Texas, dropped my bags, and came down here to film weekly purchases before I hit the road again. Very, very busy times right now in my life. So I went to Kane County Toy Show last week, came back for 2 days, flew to Dallas for 3 days for meetings for work. And unfortunately, I didn't get to do anything in Dallas. I was stuck. I had no car. I had work, obviously, all day where I was giving presentations and stuff and sitting through presentations. And then we had a team dinner at Pin and Stacks, I think that's what it was called. It was like a bowling arcade type place, like a Dave & Buster's. Had a dinner there at night in Dallas area. And then we had meetings the next day. And I went to Hard 8 Barbecue. I'm a barbecue connoisseur. Most people know me as a pizza guy, but I always try pizza and barbecue in all the places. So I went to Hard 8 this week for a little dinner, and then flew bright and early Friday morning back home. And then I'm here filming this, but then I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to get up really early because IKEA had a big restock, so I got to run to Kansas City. That's a 7-hour round-trip drive. I'm going to go load up down in Kansas City, get the final pieces I need from IKEA. So hopefully I'll have those. Everything will go smoothly with the pick and collect thing and all that. Then I'm back on Sunday, and Sunday I got to knock out about 1 million videos because I'm on the road again. I'm headed to Peoria, Illinois and Bloomington, Illinois, and all stops in between most of next week. Then I'm back at the end of the week, and then I'm back on the road again to Quad Cities for a few days. I will be going to the Clutch Show out there in the Quad Cities, so if anybody's out there, look for me at the Clutch Show. Never miss a Clutch Show in my area, but I'll be working out there. So I'm a busy, busy guy. No rest for the wicked. No days off. The hardest working man in the world, apparently. It feels like that sometimes, but interesting week for sure. And then, of course, we got to mention weekly purchases brought to you by Zavvi. Yes, Zavvi. Use discount code Kyle Peterson to save 10%. And also, you get 10% off Lego, 20% off clothing, and 10% regular stuff. So use discount code Kyle Peterson. Thank you, Zavvi. And then I got to plug the Patreon. Just a couple of days left in April. So if you wanted to join up on the Patreon, this month's giveaway for the top tier is the Playmates van, and I will ship this for free and all that stuff. This is the giveaway this month on the Patreon. Got to decide what to give away next week. I got a whole box of stuff to give away. I might just say, hey, you pick any 4 of these figures. I don't know. I'll see what we do. Of course, I'll post it on the Patreon. I'll post it on social media. But we'll have the May giveaway very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. But thank you, everybody that's a part of the Patreon. A lot of fun over there. A lot of early videos, as you guys are probably fully aware by now. A lot going on the Patreon. Check that out. Link in the description below. So there's a little bit of housekeeping. Let's get down to the news of the week. And the biggest news of the week for me, G.I. Joe Classified live stream. Great time. It wasn't so great with the inflation hitting our Joes. $24.99, the new price point on the G.I. Joe Classified series. They didn't talk about packaging or show packaging like the Marvel team did the week before, so that's interesting. But we know like that 3-pack of Vipers, that's in a plastic-free packaging. It's coming. It must be later on in the year or probably the June live stream. G.I. Joe June sucked last year. I got to call a spade a spade. They didn't really announce anything last June, and they hyped it up. Hopefully this year is a little bit better. Hopefully we find some homes for some things, get some new announcements, get some new pre-orders, and I'm guessing we're probably also going to see the new packaging design, but we'll see what happens come June time. June's also my birthday month, so what a great time. My birthday, G.I. Joe live streams. What more could you want for your birthday? Not much. But G.I. Joe live stream, very, very interesting though on the packaging. We'll see where that ends up netting out. I gotta tell you guys, as of right now, you know I'm a Double Up Club member. I have every single G.I. Joe Classified loose and on card. Well, this packaging change is making me rethink decisions. We'll see. You may see a That's So Hard to Say Goodbye G.I. Joe Classified series in package one of these days, kind of a peek under the tent. We'll see what happens with that. But that's on my radar, at least, I'll say that. But it was interesting stuff shown in this discussion. The word of the day basically was repaints. I think that was the key. That's what they talked about at first, is basically they weren't saying we were doing repaints, but that's all I saw. I was just like, repaints, have this one, got to get the most out of your molds. That's all my brain was thinking most of the time there. They did show us a brand new pipeline reveal, and I was just kind of down. You guys know I'm always fired up about my toys and stuff, but they announced Timber and Snake Eyes. I was like, deja vu, we already got this one. Yes, they cleaned it up. You know, Timber's a little bit whiter. Does that matter to anybody that much? I don't know. Maybe some of the diehards out there. Snake Eyes is more in his Renegade Resolute color scheme, which a lot of people probably don't even know about unless you watch those cartoons. I really felt that was a big miss. That is going to be available everywhere, where the last one was fan channel exclusive, so I guess there is a little difference there. Some people can pick that one up. But that's a little bit of a disappointing pack, animal pack. As we know, Crocmaster, and was it Sophia or something was his alligator they're calling it now? That's been delayed, but I mean, that's what I want. I want that. Snake Eyes Timber round 2. Round 1 was cool enough. I don't need round 2. And if you're going to do round 2, wait like a year and a half, 2 years, then do round 2. It doesn't make sense to do it that soon, but once again, they're cutting costs, trying to make money. You guys get the whole story there. So very interesting to see that. They also announced some more retro packaging Walmart stuff. We got Zartan and Storm Shadow coming. We haven't even seen the classified Storm Shadow, or at least most people haven't seen that one yet in the stores or for pre-orders. But we got another one coming from Walmart. And then Zartan getting released for 3rd time. Getting the most out of your molds, and I get that more than anybody. But man, it's frustrating. When this line is still young, you can't just keep going to that well. I get why they're doing it. But trying to save money and doing that kind of stuff, getting the most out of your molds, you got to do it in, make it casual, delay it. Like I said with that Snake Eyes, come out with Snake Eyes and Timber 2 years later, people won't be as mad, but you give us another Storm Shadow before the other one's even in our hand, doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm really down on that aspect of the G.I. Joe Classified series after watching that live stream. So that was a little disappointing. Then they once again get the most out of your molds. Tiger Force Duke. We're getting a repainted Duke and Tiger Force. Now, I'm the biggest shill ever for Tiger Force. That is my favorite subline of G.I. Joe team. You got my boy Flint leading the charge over there. Where's my Flint Tiger Force? Get that to me right now. I like that idea, but now we're getting the Ram Cycle again. It seems the Ram Cycle is just the Target exclusive. We got it with Breaker as a Target exclusive, now with Duke in Tiger Force stripe paint, but it irks me a lot because the Ram Cycle was not a Tiger Force vehicle. Give us the Ferret. Give us something different. Once again, getting the most out of your molds with a different paint scheme. It's getting a little bit old, but I am a Tiger Force apologist. I can't wait for this one. I love Tiger Force. Give me all the Tiger Force guys. So we got that one coming. We also saw a Ninja 2-pack, a little Army Builder Ninja, female and male Ninja. Once again, getting the most out of your molds, repainting them in blue, and bam, we got new Ninjas. Probably a year from now, we'll get the green Ninjas. We already got the red Ninjas. We'll get the blue. It's just Ninja Party is what it's ended up being. It sounds like that's going to be an Amazon exclusive 2-pack, so it should be pretty easy to get if you are into that kind of thing for your Army builders. I don't know. It is what it is. But then the biggest news of the stream definitely was Sergeant Slaughter. You guys know me being a G.I. Joe guy and a wrestling guy. I love me some Sergeant Slaughter. Even if you always ask me, what's a Nemesis Enforcer? It's the age-old mystery to young Sergeant Slaughter. But Sergeant Slaughter coming to the classified line. His contract with Valaverse is apparently up. Obviously, he's going to jump to Hasbro. If Hasbro's, at the end of the day, it's about the money. I'm sure Hasbro said, we're going to show you the money, Sarge. And he said, hey, reel me in. I'm all in. So he's switching allegiances left and right, old Sergeant Slaughter, but a very good-looking Slaughter figure to come. Have to think we're going to get a few more. Will we see a year from now Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders as the new Tiger Force for Target or Walmart or something? Will we get the barbecue repaint, the Spirit repaint? Can we get low light? There's Marauders figures we could get. So that could be the next Target exclusive team back in the day, or in a year from now or something. We'll see what happens with that. But I was very excited about Sergeant Slaughter. I think that is really cool. No announcements when it goes up for sale or anything like that, but it sounds like probably in June it'll go pre-order, and fan channel exclusive. Basically everybody but Target and Walmart will get that one. So it should be fairly easy to get if you order online. So we got that, and then we saw in-package shots of the Cobra Officer, the Crimson Guard, Zarana, Dusty, Rakondo, and Bazooka. I'm all in on that Bazooka. I can't wait for that one, another Tiger Force guy. But we already knew these were coming. We got them in package images and things. I have to assume those will be out at the end of the year. They did touch base on something that I've been saying on the channel a long time, and a lot of people don't believe me for whatever reason. Well, they just reaffirmed, hey, Kyle was telling us all the truth. They announced some of the release dates being 2023 on a lot of stuff. I've said it all along, that's not going to happen. 2023 is when the last article of that figure is going to be shipping. So let's say Big Bad Toy Store, for whatever reason, they're, like currently, Valaverse, they have stuff stuck in the ports. It's been there for a couple of months. They haven't got their Valaverse figures out to everybody. I'm included in that, where a lot of the retailers have gotten them. It's the shipping things, COVID, transportation issues, all that. They're saying by that date of 2023, all the stock should be out of the factories, out in the wild. It's all out there. It's protecting them. They don't want to say it's going to be May 2022 because things happen, disasters happen, whatever. They don't want to disappoint people, so they're putting that out there. I have always said this with Super 7. This is my strongest recommendation for Super 7. You always say a year from now it's coming out. Tell us 14, 15 months, and then surprise us at 13 months or 12 months, whatever it is. That's what Hasbro's doing, and I think that is a very smart way to go to business. So that is what is going on there. But I expect everything we saw in this live stream, everything we saw last week's Marvel Legends live stream, that'll all be in most collectors' hands this year. So I would take that to the bank. So there you go. Some other things we saw this week. NECA came in with another Turtles Universal Monster mashup. It's a pretty terrible kept secret, but we finally got official pictures, all the hoopla around that. We got April O'Neil as the Bride of Frankenstein, the Judith Hogue April O'Neil. I don't know how well that one will sell. Obviously, the Turtles will go pretty good. April, we'll see how that one goes. I think that one might... If there is a dud in that line, that might be the dud on the shelf. I think it'll be fairly easy to find. But if you're needing a Bride of Frankenstein April, that will be shipping probably later this summer, I would imagine. Maybe early fall, somewhere in that time frame. So there you go. And then we saw Marvel Legends team this week, upsetting some people, making some people happy. I guess there's probably very few people in the middle. You're on one side of the fence, and I don't really like it myself, but I understand at the end of the day, put your business hat on. It is a business. Marvel Legends up for pre-order right now, all the usual suspect places. Black Panther reissue figures from the movie, of course. We're even getting M'Baku, I don't even know how you say his name, but he was the Build-A-Figure, getting him as a Target exclusive. We're getting a lot of those guys from the Black Panther wave. You know, Wakanda Forever is coming out. They want to have that kind of tied in. Have these guys that a lot of people missed, which I don't know how you missed them, because the old Black Panther waves were on clearance all over the place. They were all, like the Eternals before the Eternals in some areas. But we're getting a different shot at these. I wanted to say they were straight up repaints, but I looked a little bit closer, a little bit better skin tones and colors on them, some extra paint, things like that. I don't think there's enough meat on the bone for me to rebuy all these figures. I don't think that is going to happen, but if you missed out back in the day, you're probably really happy. If you were sitting on some of these that are worth a little bit more now, you're probably not very happy, and I would recommend, if you were thinking about getting rid of them, get rid of them now before the general public knows these exist, because you can probably make a little bit more money. Because once these hit everywhere, those other ones not going to be worth a whole lot, because these are improved, better colorized, better stance on the figures. So got a little of that going on. That's separating the collector's base, but at the end of the day, I always say it, Hasbro, Mattel, I don't care who we're talking about, they want every dollar out of your wallet and then some. If they see these things rising on the secondary market, hey, guess what? We can re-release these. There's a demand. We can sell them, and we can make the money. So that's the way it goes. It is the old toy business, as one might say. Then the final piece of news this week, Cella Toys coming in hot last Saturday. Was it like a Wrestling Trader website? I think these are, I don't know if they're not all exclusives, but anyways, there was a convention over there in the UK area, I believe. I believe that's where it was. But we saw a lot of new Cella Toys, and they brought the fire for sure. We saw Eddie Guerrero, where that came out of total left field. I'm kind of shocked that's happening, but good for the Eddie fans out there. A really, really good looking Eddie Guerrero. Cella is coming, and he's in the perfect stance of the old Hasbro, the old Macho Man Hasbro. I love that. The Killer Bees, old Brian Blair. You can put him up against the Iron Sheik now if you want to. You get Jim Brunzell as well, so very cool to get a tag team. It looks like they have different heads, so you can swap their heads. Hardcore Killer Bee fans, you need two of those. You need two. I'm going to see my old friend Brian Blair this July at the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in Waterloo, so that should be interesting. Then we got DDP in the perfect bang pose. Very cool to get DDP as a retro figure. We're getting Greg the Hammer Valentine. We already knew that one was coming, but that's going to match the Honky Tonk Man. One of the most famous Hasbros of all time, even though it didn't exist. One Kyle searched for all over as a little kid and not knowing it didn't exist. So all these years later, we're getting an official Greg Valentine. We saw that WrestleMania 2 Andre the Giant as well. Very good looking figure there. Demolition, I can't wait for that one. That should be really good. You guys know I love the old Brothers in Paint. And speaking of Brothers in Paint, Friday, as I was in the airport checking some stuff, LOD was announced, and they're also going to have Paul Ellering as well. And they're giving them their UK gear, is what you call it, with the gold. Very cool to get LOD in this. More LOD figures, the better. Give me all the Road Warriors. Give me all the Legion of Doom. I don't care. Give me Power Warrior. I want all of it. Give me all that stuff. So we do have that coming. And then, of course, Zombie Sailor, he cannot be denied. He can't. If Chella's got news, Zombie's going to have some news. And he showed pictures of Kevin Sullivan. And I don't know about this Kevin Sullivan. This is even a little bit before my time. I didn't get access to that Florida wrestling. I saw it in the magazines and stuff like that when I was a kid. but it's more devil worshipping Kevin Sullivan. So that should be a very, very interesting one. Be interesting to see how that one sells, but I'm in for it. I like the looks of it. We'll see, but Zombie had that going on. And then Cella also announced on Friday, they showed a little prototype heads, basically, of the Elite-style Dynamite Kid. Not sure when that's coming out. I gotta say we pre-ordered that like 8 months ago at this point. So hopefully that's coming out sometime this summer. They also showed packaging for the Dynamite Kid. So this is a very exciting line. I'm interested to see who else we're going to get in Elite style. I believe we know Adam Bomb is coming. We know we're getting Haku. We know we're getting Dynamite Kid. Who else could be in there? And my gut tells you some of these retro guys we're getting, we're probably going to get them in those Elite style. So maybe we can get those Killer Bees. How good would that be? Can we get Demolition? Can we get LOD? I don't know. I guess we'll find out hopefully soon from Cella. Cella is interesting, though. I know the UK, the Europe population always complains about exclusives in America that they have to pay up for and stuff. And now the shoe's on the other foot that we got to pay up over in the United States to get some of that stuff from the UK. And I don't think they announced anything like Demolition is UK exclusive like they did with some of the other ones. But I guess we'll wait to see on some of that kind of stuff as well. So an interesting news week for sure. Some big heavy hitters that I was very interested in, and I can't wait to pick up very, very soon. So before we get into weekly purchases, and I got to tell you, last week's weekly purchases, there were some comments that that's probably the lightest weekly purchases in a long time, and it really was. Well, this week made up for it. It about tripled the normal weekly purchases this week. So grab a beverage. You're going to have to be in for the long haul on the weekly purchases this week. But final thing, of course, album of the week. And this week, Udo, however you want to call it, his new covers album, My Way, came out last Friday, and that was what I was spinning this week on the plane. I love Udo. It sounds like he's gargling razor blades when he sings. I just love it. I love the old Accept stuff. I love his solo stuff. I love his new solo stuff without his band. I don't know what you even call it at this point. But he's covering Frank Sinatra. He's covering Queen. He's covering Led Zeppelin, Judas Priest, Motorhead, The Sweet, Uriah Heep. He's covering all of Kyle's favorites. So definitely check that one out. If you are into Udo, you're going to have to like this one. So Udo, My Way, album of the week. Let's get down to business. We got a long weekly purchases. All right, guys, let's get down to the weekly purchases. And like I said, I went to the Kane County Toy Show in the Chicago area a week ago, and I definitely had some pickups. Hopefully you watched the figure hunt video. You can see the toy hunting along the way, all the shenanigans, all that kind of fun stuff. And you'll see some of the stuff, of course, from that video. But we're going to start it off with a couple of things I found at Walmart. And boy, I found some Walmart things. I think this was Sycamore, Illinois is where I hit this Walmart. John Cena Hollywood making that run to clearance, $8 each. Now, why do you need 2 more of these, Kyle? Well, these are perfect for customs, of course. They're just suited bodies, plain bodies, whatever you want to say, with the jeans on. You can take the shirt off, pop the head off, and all of a sudden you can get a Street Gear character. So you never know in the future where you may need that for $8. That's not that big of an investment. So I got these for basically a rainy day. You never know, you might have a custom you need to do. So I picked those at the Walmart in Sycamore. And you also saw the Walmart Sycamore, old Angel and the Devil on my shoulders, old David C. Anderson egging me on. I got another arcade 1-up cabinet. If you saw weekly purchases the week before, my wife and I got The Simpsons for $199. This week, we got the Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, plus a bunch of other games, including Rampage and Toobin'. I got that one in St. Charles, Illinois for $199 as well. I guess I'm an arcade collector, so I got to figure out where I'm going to put all that stuff. But we did pick those up in Sycamore, brought those back from the King County Toy Show as well. So found a few of those things over there. Then we got into some figures and interesting stuff. I had a list of stuff. I had about 10 things I'm actively searching for. You guys know me, I got a lot of stuff in my collection. Not a ton of stuff I'm looking for. I stumbled on some things this week, but I didn't really find the stuff that was on my list. And maybe we'll do a top 5, Kyle's top 5 most wanted figures he's searching for on the videos one of these days. But I did find some stuff that I stumbled across that I couldn't pass up. And the first thing I saw in the first building I went to, Hasbro Ultimate Warrior Series 2, of course. Not my favorite Ultimate Warrior, but minty, minty, mint. If you Hasbro collectors know, he usually gets a little of that poop nose warrior where the brown gets there. Mine has a little of that, and this one was in perfect shape. $35. I could not pass this bad boy up. You guys know I love a good Ultimate Warrior, so I ended up picking up Warrior for 35. Said, hey, that's how you break the ice at a toy show. You get in on some Warrior, and then the money starts flowing, and then you get into some stuff. And I definitely found a few things. Let's go. The next thing I found for $5. I've eyed this for a long time. Finally saw it. I'm not a big basics guy, but I dabble in some of them. Got the old Brody Lee basic for only $5 at a table. Couldn't pass that one up. So picked up old Brody Lee right there. Then I went to another table, and I remember, you guys know, we talked about it earlier, the video series my wife and I did on the Jack's Class Superstars haul. A lot of them I've sold via Patreon. Some are still for sale on Patreon, so sign up to the Patreon. There you go. And then I need some for my loose collection, all that kind of stuff, and some of them I needed for my minimum card collection. But I said to myself, some of those more pricey ones, like last week, I picked up Haku loose, so I didn't have to open up the one on card, keep that one on card, sell that. I'll keep the loose one. So I kind of had that in mind. If I came across a good deal on some classic superstars, I will pick them up if they're minty loose. So I don't have to unbox them here on the channel. I can sell those, get a little bit of my money back, because you know that classics purchase was a big purchase, of course. And I did come across that. I came across a mint condition Hart Foundation, Bret Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. So now I can sell the 2-pack I have, and I will use this as my loose set. So you got those two right there. And then, of course, you bundle. You always got to get a deal at a toy show. That's exactly what I did. Haggled it down, and I got the rockers included as well. So very similar. I won't have to sell my rockers. I can keep these two, and I'll sell the other ones in its place. So we got a little rocker action going on, a little classic superstars action going on as well. Then we got to my biggest boy purchase of the show, and that's where David C. Anderson, once again, man, he's the devil on my shoulder. He's nudging me, pushing me towards these things. Well, not really. I'm a big boy. I make my decisions. But he found this. I was at another table looking at some stuff, and he called me over, and he said, if you're not buying these, I am. So it was nice of David to say, Kyle, you get first dibs on this. And, of course, negotiated once again and got a heck of a deal, a screaming deal on these. Hopefully you follow along on SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, because I showed these off in a picture. But I got the old school WCW Galoob figures. You guys remember these, or maybe you don't. I never had these as a kid. This wasn't my scale, but I definitely saw these around when I was a kid and had to pick these up. At the price they had, there was no turning that down. I said, if I'm ever going to get them, I want them mint, I want them complete, and I want them all at once. Checked all the boxes at that show. I don't know if this guy really knew what he had, but they do come with the hard-to-find belts. You find these a lot beaten up, broken, or missing the belts. These are about as mint as you can get with the belts as well. So we got Lex Luger, of course, Nature Boy Ric Flair, beautiful Ric Flair, and one I've always wanted, my old boy Sting. There was always Sting in the Ultimate Warrior. Includes his beautiful rat tail on the back. Everybody loves a rat tail. And, of course, the final piece of the puzzle, old Sid Vicious. So the WCW Galoob set coming home. How about that? Got to get a deal at the King County Toy Show. Very happy with this purchase. Very happy with this purchase. And then the final one, I've been on the lookout for a long time. It was Sunday afternoon, early afternoon, and the money was flowing a little bit better as, you know, it was getting to the end of the show. And honestly, if you're a really got to get a deal guy, you stay to the very end of those shows as people are starting to pack up. That's when the deals are made. And I got a very, very good deal at the very end of the show. Classic Superstars, Macho Man Robe. I've been on the lookout for this for a long time as part of my Classic Superstars collection. Now, if I can just find that Ric Flair robe, that one seemed to be pretty hard for me. It's been a challenge. So if you got any leads on that inbox, hey, reach out, because I am looking for the Ric Flair version of this, but I was very happy to get this. Haven't seen this for a while, so I was very happy to cross this off the checklist, and this was the only thing I had on my list that I found at the show. So the hunt continues for a few things, maybe a different toy show. Keep those eBay alerts going, and we'll see what I can do. But that's the first round. This is the King County round. Now let's get to the traditional pickups of the week. All right, round 2 of weekly purchases begins, and this was an interesting one. Gotta get a deal, I say it all the time. It's not just a gimmick, you're always looking for deals out there, at least I am. And one place that had a crazy deal that I didn't think anything would ship from was Deep Discount. Deep Discount, I used to get a lot of CDs and DVDs from them way back in the 90s. They're still a thing, selling that kind of stuff, but they also sell action figures. But they had a massive fire sale across the board. Dirt cheap prices, like $6 elites, things like that. Not a whole lot of stuff I really needed. I guess I could have bought a lot of those elites, sat on them for a while, and probably sold them for 20 bucks and made some profit. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people did do that. I did pick up one elite for $6, and it was the MVP because I needed this necklace. I just noticed I can't find the necklace for one of the older MVPs, so it's the same exact thing. So I'll take this off of here, put it on there. So I got MVP for $6. I thought that was a great deal. I got another King Kong because I only get King Kong when he's on deal. And I think this was $8.34, I believe, on this King Kong. This is the one that came with the big stick and the mean face. So now I have 3 King Kongs. But for $8, I couldn't turn this down. $8, why would I turn that down? So I got that. Then, once again, like $9 for a Marvel Select Hawkeye. I've never had this figure. Didn't really have an interest in this figure. But for $9... I said, you know what, this might be worth a try. I'll check this one out. Looks really good, but Hawkeye was $9. And then for $8, I just recently sold this one because I said, I don't need this, but I got it back again. So for $8, I got the Human Torch once again. I don't know, for $8, I was like, you know what, I'll keep this for $8. Why not? So I bought this one again, which us collectors do from time to time, as you guys know. So deep discount, quite the deals going on. And then the final deal, something I'd passed up in Walmart. You've seen it on the toy hunts before, but for $2.99, couldn't pass up the Ultimate Warrior fig pin. I said, $2.99, there's no passing that up. So I got this for my Warrior collection. Not sure where I'll put it. Find a home for it somewhere. And then another thing I got this week, got to give a shout out to that old outlaw Waylon Jennings, driving home from the Chicago show. He tipped me off, said this is up for shipping right now at Target.com. It's the brand new Power Ranger Piranha's head. You guys know I'm collecting the monsters. I'm out on the characters, at least for now. But Piranha's head, shipping from Target. Got this one. We'll unbox this on the channel one of these days. So then there's the deep discount portion. We got maybe 1 or 2 more tours of duty here on weekly purchases. So stay tuned as we continue with weekly purchases. All right, lucky young Mike Nesmith, the hits keep on coming. We got round 3, and I got my Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot order in. I kept wanting to ship it, but then I'd get, oh, something's arriving soon, and then that would show it. Okay, I'll ship it. Oh, something's arriving soon. So I finally waited till it slowed down. So I got a lot of stuff from Big Bad Toy Store this week. One I've been excited for. It's still not Series 2. Where's Series 2? But we're talking about Super 7. We're talking about Ultimates. We're talking about Thundercats. Pumra right there. Got the Ultimate Pumra. We got Linkso. Oh, the blind member of the Thundercats right there. So we got Linkso. The Snowman of Hook Mountain. You guys know I love a big hairy bipedal creature. I'm all in on him. Can't wait to see what he's all about. And then we got Monkeyin as well. So there it is. Another version, another series of the Super 7 Thundercats. We'll see. Hopefully there's no issues with any of these. We know there's been a lot of issues with that Thundercats line, unfortunately. Should probably put these over here kind of out of the way. There's been a lot of different issues with some of these Super 7 stuff. I should mention that Luke Gallows, they're finally getting the corrected bearded head. So if you do message out to Super 7, show them a copy of your receipt. They will send you out a new Luke Gallows head. So if you need to do that, you can do it. And there's always seems to be some issues every once in a while with these Super 7s. Fingers crossed for the next round of Thundercats. Fingers crossed for the Joes. There's no issues, no problems. Power Rangers, stuff like that. We'll see. But we keep on going, and we talked about Valaverse earlier. Well, we got Rollout and Scarabs. We got the Scarabs villain and Rollout. 2 more Valaverse figures. Kind of background players for my Joes is how I'm going to use those. But I got these 2 in via Big Bad Toy Store this week. Very cool. And then the hits keep on coming from Big Bad Toy Store. I finally got my Hulk. This will be an interesting one. I was pretty down on this Hulk. We'll see how well it stacks up. I didn't realize there was an extra head with this one either, but it's the 20th anniversary Hulk. We unboxed Iron Man. We've unboxed Captain America. Now we're going to do Hulk here, so stay tuned for that one. Old Merman from the Masters of the Universe Revelations. Got him in this week. Very cool. I like the looks of this one. We'll see how that goes. We also got 2 Horde Troopers. Yes, Horde Troopers from the Masters of the Universe Origins collection. I got 2 from Big Bad Toy Store, and I have 4 coming from Amazon, and I believe those are coming on Sunday. So far, both these are unpunched. We'll see how the Amazon comes. I need 1 for my unpunched collection. The rest will be Army Builders. But got the old Horde Troopers. That completes that set. We unboxed the whole set on the channel. We'll unbox the Horde Troopers as well, like we always do eventually. So stay tuned for that one. Then how about a little Amazon? I rolled the dice on Amazon. I got Raul Mendoza, Joaquin Wilde. I got both these. I needed Raul Mendoza. Rolled the dice. I have this one already, unfortunately, so I'm going to take this one back to Amazon as I don't need it. But I definitely needed this one here, so it is what it is. I got that. Like I said, I'll return that to Amazon. Then I gotta give a shout out to good brother William House, been a long time viewer of the channel. He helped me out in my darkest time. You guys have seen, I've found like 100 edges by now, but 0 red tight edges until William House sent me one in the mail. So William, I really appreciate the help with this. A frustrating chase, and you know what this means. I'll go to the store tomorrow, I'll probably see a red one, but happy to have this done. I'll unbox this one on the channel this week, and we'll also rank in order from my favorite to least favorite of the brand new Legends wave, so we'll see what all the fuss is about with that wave as well. But William, thank you. How about a little Zavi purchase this week? I picked up this on clearance. It's on their website, and you can save 10% using discount code Kyle Peterson, of course. But this will be my first ever Mezco figure. Not a big fan of paying up for the 1/12 scale. I'm pretty confident and okay paying the $20 to $30 price point for a figure. But this one I stepped up on. Picked up Cable, one of my all-time favorites. So we'll see what I think. I do like this hard tin box. It's like a little tin package for this thing. I think that is pretty cool, but I got him from Zavi this week. Use discount code Kyle Peterson, save 10% like I said, and it's already on clearance, so you can get a deal on this. We'll unbox this one on the channel as well. So there's the other round. We got one more round to do. Stay tuned for the next round of weekly purchases. Whoa, stop the clock, as one might say. As right as I finished weekly purchases, I went and changed out of my airport travel clothes, got into something a little bit more comfortable, a little Terry Funk t-shirt, and I said, what is that I hear? And it was a little pitter-patter at the door, and I opened the door, and who was it? It was FedEx, and yes, the FedEx guy was here. I said, hey, I just got done filming weekly purchases. Where you been? And he said he was running behind, something about the weather. I don't know what was going on. But he did drop off a box from Big Bad Toy Store, and we talked about this. I said, where are these? Well, after about 2 years and 4 months of waiting, the time has finally come. Thundercats Series 2 Ultimate Editions from Super 7 finally arrived. So the long, hard wait is over. We've got Pumira, right there, Pumira. We've got Groon, one of my all-time favorites, Groon. We've got Tigra, probably my favorite Thundercat, Tigra. And then we got a big one. Oh, baby. We've got Mumra. Look how much bigger that packaging is. So Thundercats, 8 Thundercats through the door, plus a ton of Conan figures. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 14 Super 7 Ultimate figures to unbox. When are we going to get to this? I have no idea, but I do know Patreon will get them earlier, because I can't just release all these videos in one day, but we'll get to them all eventually. So hot, fresh off the truck, Super 7 Ultimates, Series 2, Thundercats. All right, let's finish up weekly purchases with the final round, and the final round comes to us from Mattel Elite Series 93 from Wrestling Collector Shop. Of course, use discount code Kyle, discount code Kyle10 to save. But Elite Series 93, Raquel Rodriguez Gonzalez, who knows anymore. We got our boy T-Bar, of course, Seth Rollins, there's old Seth. Then you got Cesaro, his final Elite figure, unfortunately for Cesaro. Ricky the Dragon, Mario Lopez Steamboat, we got him this week. And then, of course, Karrion Kross, his final Elite figure as well. So Elite 93 through the door, I should say. And we'll unbox these this week on the channel the way we usually do. And then we got a couple other things. You guys know I had to have Omos. Of course I did. You guys know I love giant figures, so we're going to unbox Omos on the channel. We'll do some giant comparisons with him, but I had to have this figure. There was no passing that one up. And then I did also pick up the Undertaker Top Picks. A little bit different. This one has pinless joints where the last one did not have pinless joints. There is a difference here. Pick this up. Use some of my credit points that you get every time you log into the Wrestling Collector Shop. You do get credit points that you can use for purchases. So I basically got this for free. I'm going to display this one with the AJ Styles, where the other one I have is with my Undertaker collection. So that's how I justify it in my collector's mind. So there you go. A huge week of weekly purchases this week. A lot going on with the Kane County Toy Show. A lot of travel for me to come. Hopefully I can find some stuff in Kansas City this weekend. Hopefully I can find some stuff in Illinois, Eastern Iowa next week. We'll see. It'll all be documented in the figure hunt purchases and all that kind of fun stuff here on the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Turn the old notification bell on. Follow along on Patreon for all kinds of exclusive content early videos, and of course monthly giveaways. And like I said, last chance to get in on that turtle van giveaway. And then next week we'll have a big giveaway, so we'll find out what we're gonna do for May's giveaway on the Patreon. So sign up and support the channel. You can always hit me up and follow along on social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So there it is, another weekly purchases under our belt, and you guys know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way to IKEA, and I'll see you guys all real soon.